Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beam Toyota in Nashville. Come to you with another list of the 25 things you might not have known about Toyota Camry. All right, so I already done the RAV4. I have also done the Highlander. You guys have responded to that very well, so figured I'd keep it going here and bring you up to speed on a couple things that you might not know about the Camry. Now, I've made a list once again, and I've just kind of gone through with things that I know, a couple things that I've researched, and just trying to make sure I give you accurate information. Obviously, it's not an all-inclusive list, but it's just some things that maybe you'd find interesting, and hopefully you can give me that thumbs up and that like, and definitely let me know if there's something that you think I left out that I shouldn't have. Definitely always put that in the comments. So first thing I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to kind of look at my list here, is that there's been several generations of the Camry. I'm going to focus on the last three for this particular video, just because there's been so many. The Camry's been around for 38 years now, so there's been a lot of different variations and updates and things that they've done on the Camry. So it's came out in it was designed in 1980 and unveiled in 1980, and it came out in 1983. So that was the first production date. So giving you a little extra there. The last three generations are the 2018 to present, with the little refresh that they did in 2021. Prior to that, you had the 2015 to 2017, and then you had the 2011 to 2014 and a half. The and a half part was they actually added the backup camera to the 2014, and they kind of did a couple of little updates to it, and it created a 2014 and a half. So you can actually have a half version of a car for the year. So could be important if you're looking at a 2014 to know which one you're looking at. So Camry, this is something that I found that's just kind of interesting. It's actually it's translated from a Japanese word that I'm not going to try to pronounce, but it's really close to Camry, it sounds like, but it means crown in Japanese. So you know, something you didn't know, like I said, that's what this whole video is about, right? So kind of show you a few Camrys here as we're kind of talking here. It's been the #1 selling car sedan in America since 2002, guys. So 2002, obviously the Camry's been around for a long time, but it's been #1 for I mean, it's held the crown for a very long time there, pardon the pun. It's also the most American-made car, because Cars.com actually recognized that, and that Toyota is actually more American-made than any other car. So you might ask, how could that be? Well, the Camry's actually produced at the Georgetown, Kentucky plant, which is actually one of Toyota's largest plants. Now, I know that outside of the U.S. there's other plants, I realize that, but I'm just talking about for the U.S. in general. It's the most American-made car, and that facility is massive. In that facility, they also make the Lexus, a couple of Lexus. They make the Avalon, a line of the RAV4, and the Camry. That's how big that plant is. That they make all of those there. So definitely shout out to Canadian manufacturing plants where they do make a lot of the RAV4s. You also have the RAV4s come from Japan. I understand that. I'm just saying what they do at that Georgetown plant. All right, so follow me there. All right, you've got 12 grade lineups. You've got 8 gas and 4 hybrid models. All right, so if you kind of look, you can kind of see that there's different looks to the front of these cars. Each look can actually mean something different. So show you this right here is an SE model. One of the easiest ways to tell is that you have your flat black on your grille. All right, when you get to the XSE model, you'll actually have a gloss black on the front of that grille. And I can show you that here in a second. You also have your LE model, which your LE model will actually, I'll show you that while we're walking past it here. There's your LE model, which is a little bit more of a basic grille on the front. And this one's also a hybrid. Easy way to tell that is that blue that is right there on that emblem. Also, you'll have it where it'll say hybrid like all over the car, which is right there. So just showing you guys that. I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to show you this right here is an XSE. You'll see that gloss finish on the front. That's an XSE that is right there. So kind of giving you how that looks. And then you'll also have a couple of other versions So if you look up here, this one's your XLE, right? So you'll notice it's similar to the LE, but it's a little bit different on the front, gives you a little bit different of a look. Your wheels will be a little bit different, of course. Then you also have your, your SE right there. Kind of, rounding out, just showing you a little bit on the trim levels. Definitely check out that trim level video that I do on each one. So I have the trim level series that I'll do on each one of the cars. I have it listed under the TTLS, the Toyota trim level series. And I actually go over each individual car and give you guys some information on each one. So definitely something to check out if you're interested in a Camry. So we're gonna go back to the list. I'm up to number 8 now. So current generation has the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. All right, that is produces 203 horsepower unless you're on the XSE, which will give you your dual exhaust, which will actually produce 206, and your hybrid will actually do 208 horsepower in that. So now that's it. That is a far cry from the first generation which had the 4-cylinder options and 2 diesels actually, and the best option was the 2.0 that produced 107 horsepower. So they're a 2.4 liter motor producing 203 or 206 horsepower, depending on which one you're at, and it's only 0.4 liters bigger than what that 2.0 was that produced 107. It just kind of tells you how far technology's come and everything else. You get so much more power, so much better fuel economy, and definitely the reliability and everything that you know is Toyota. So now you also have the first Camry rolled off the line in Kentucky. So at that Kentucky manufacturing facility there in Georgetown, first one rolled off the line in 1988, and it's actually still there. So it's a white one that they have there. It's sunroof in it. There's pictures of it. You can definitely find those. But that one's actually still at the facility itself. They had a big press release when they did the 10 millionth car, which was I think it was 2011 or something like that, but had like the 2 cars put together, and you can see the old one and everything. They had them outside, so definitely a cool thing to know. So there's a TRD Camry, which I don't have one. The reason I don't have one is they only make about 6,400 of them per year. So the TRD Camry, it's you can check out that TTLS video that I told you about. I have one on the TRD Camry, red seat belts, bigger rotors. I mean, it's just, it's a different car. It's only available in the V6, but definitely check that out. But that is one that they started in, I believe it was 2019, and that is a different animal altogether. So definitely look at that on the TTLS series. So Camry's built on the TNGA platform. It's the K platform. That's the same platform that it shares with the Venza, which the new Venza is right there, giving you a look there. It's also shared with the Highlander. It's shared with the RAV4, the Lexus ES, and the Sienna minivan. So that base platform shared with several vehicles now. That definitely makes availability and building the cars actually a little bit easier. So I do want to show you, this is up to number 13 here. I want to show you these mirrors. All right, so if you've seen most of these cars, you'll start to notice that, the Highlander, the Corolla, the RAV4, they moved your mirrors down over here. All right, so you used to have it where it blocked off this area here, but it doesn't do that anymore. So they actually increased the visibility in the front. They made this A-pillar, which is what this is called, is an A-pillar right here. They made that smaller, and they moved the mirrors down, and they actually achieved about a 40% better visibility from the inside of the car. So your blind spots are reduced. It just makes it a safer vehicle. Once again, Toyota is known for safety and reliability, so those are definitely things that they wanted to make better, of course. So now, if you look over here, I'm going to show you something that you might not be used to seeing. This one right here, you'll see it's got a Camry SE, and that crazy little monogram, whatever you want to call that thing down there, that says AWD, stands for all-wheel drive. The Camry is available now. Since last year, it's available in the all-wheel drive. So that being said, that might sound like something new. It's actually not. The first all-wheel drive Camry actually came out in 1988. It was called the All-Track, and they had it from 88 to 91. So they did have an all-wheel drive Camry before. So they are out there. They're still driving around. So they definitely had those as options then. So something else, there's some people that have asked the questions, and I'm sure that I would be remiss if I did not mention the Solara. What is the Solara? The Solara was a two-door Camry. So it was a Camry coupe, kinda. It was the same size as the Camry, but it was the, like I said, it had two very big doors on it. They're sought after by people that love them. They're hard to find now. They only produced them from 99 to 08. And they're from 2000 to 2008. They actually had a Solara two-door convertible. So that's something that if you can find it, if you want it, that's it can be pretty difficult to do that. So just know that if you find it, then great. So now since 2019, you've had Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and you've also had Amazon Alexa in all the Camrys. Well, the body style, as we've talked about, changed to this body style in 2018, but you did hear me right. In 2019, you got Amazon, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. So what about the 18? Well, they made a fix for the 18. I guess they didn't have things hashed out, ready for CarPlay at that point or whatever. So they made a fix, and you can actually get CarPlay added to an 18. All you got to do is go to your dealership. Very quick to do it. I know that our dealership doesn't even charge to add it. So, pardon me. So that's something else that you can do if you have an 18, or if you're buying an 18, get one of those. So I'm going to show you something else here. And I might as well just show you on this red one that I've been featuring, just because the red one looks really nice. It's called Supersonic Red, by the way. So what I'm going to talk about now is that the rear trunk is now bigger than what they were before. I don't have the exact dimensions as a number for you, but I do want to show you that in the back here, this trunk, and you can probably see pretty easily, this trunk is pretty massive. All right, so, and your back seats can fold down as well, but I want you to notice they've moved these pieces here that hold your trunk up out to the side. The other thing, and I'm going to kind of peer up here, you'll notice on the inside here, there is none of the bars that used to be the counterbalance bars. They've actually replaced it right here with this shock. All right, so you've got a shock that's actually going to lift and lower the trunk for you, so you don't have that rattle over time that can come when you have the those little crossbars that end up, every time you hit a bump, or if you have somebody that has like a loud stereo, it makes that little rattle. You're not going to have that rattle. So also can tell you too, pull this right here and you can actually fold down the back seats. All right, now where that's important is there was a L trim, and this is number 17. There was an L trim that they discontinued in 21 that eliminated the fold down rear seats. The other thing that the L trim did is it gave you every trim except for the L had the alloy wheels of some type. All right, so now your LE did have a different wheel or whatever, but everyone except for the L trim had that, and it's now everyone has alloy rims except like the hybrid that I just showed you in the LE. So the hybrid LE is the only one that still has a steel wheel with the hubcap on there, and I'll kind of walk over there because I want to show you something on it as well. So if I walk over this way, you'll see this one right here is an L hybrid. It's the exact same thing I was showing you earlier, exact same car. So you'll see it has that steel wheel with the hubcap right there. All right, but they're trying to keep things light. All right, so what you'll notice here is 52 miles per gallon combined, 53 highway, 51 city. That is your miles per gallon. That is beautiful, just so you know. So that is Prius-like miles per gallon. If you look at the non-hybrid, I'll pull you right over here so you can kind of see how it looks. You've got 32 combined, 28 city, 39 highway. So realistically, the prior generation actually got about 5 miles per gallon less than that. So they've really done a lot with this 8-speed transmission, retooling the engine just to make sure that you've got all of that extra horsepower and you get better fuel economy. That's one of the reasons that the 18 on is so good on gas mileage. So they just did a lot of work to get it there. So, yeah, definitely a good thing. Now your V6 obviously is going to get you less. You're going to be somewhere around, I think it's 34 on the highway in the V6, and I'm pulling it off the top of my head. I believe I'm right, but it should be that. So now number 20, you have 20 airbags, and since I still have the key to this red one here, I'm going to show you this. So you have 20 airbags in this car. All right. You're going to notice you've got obviously your airbag behind there. You've got your airbag on the passenger side. Also got your airbags up here, right, in your pillar. I'll turn that up a little bit. That's your side curtain airbags. You also have one right there. You can see this little cutout right there. That is your knee airbag, passenger and driver side knee airbags that you'll have over there. You'll also notice over here, again, anywhere you have an airbag, it'll mention that you have an airbag. You got an airbag on the side of your seat. So like I said, you got 10 airbags in this car to help to keep you safe. So definitely, you know, I like to make the joke that if you ever get in a wreck, you'll have a pillow all the way around you, but it's kind of the truth. It's gonna try to keep the glass off you, try to keep, you know, anything that could cause you harm off of you in that particular case. So now some of you guys might have noticed how these body lines shape up. This one has less of a shadow on it here, so you can actually see this. There's a line right here, right, and a line right there, and they actually did it shaped off of a ballerina's leg. The whole idea was to try to make it smooth, try to make the body lines appealing, things along those lines. So they definitely, when they did the body lines, they really wanted to make it a sharp car. It's just it's a really beautiful vehicle, right? So now number 22, your XLE and your XSEs have the ability to have a panoramic roof. All right, when I say panoramic roof, I'm talking about the sunroof. So like this one up here, you can see it's got a regular sunroof on it. The panoramic roof is actually the entire top of the car, and I've got a XSE right here that I can show you in silver. This one actually has your panoramic roof, and you can kind of take a look there. Goes over the front and the back, and I'll tell you that the only part that opens is your front here. So it opens from here and it comes back, and you'll open to about halfway for what you can see on that glass right there. But that's a panoramic sunroof available on your XSE and on your XLE in your Toyota Camry. All right, so now there is something else that we can get, and it's called a winter weather package. That is on your 21s now. So what the winter weather package adds: heated steering wheel, heated power outside mirrors, blind spot warning indicator, and your heated seats. So if you have that package is a CY package. If you're going to a dealer looking for it, that is a CY package. It will add all of those things. So if you want a heated steering wheel and a Camry prior to 21, you could not get that. Now you can. So now I have seen several of them. I don't know just off the top of my head where one might be right now. Actually, you know what? Guess what? Found it right here with the red one here. So you got your heated steering wheels right here, and obviously blind spot monitor. That's a heated outside mirror. In order to turn that heated outside mirror on, all you have to do is hit that button right there. That'll turn your heated outside mirror on, and your back as well. So that is a very nice package to have. And I'll show you over here. Since I know you're going to ask the question, I'll show you over here. You'll see the CY is right here. So if you see CY right there, cold weather package, heated steering wheel, heated front seats, heated side mirrors, you can see what it costs, but that is on that system. So, or is on that car, that system is. So, That's number 23. So 24. And I already actually touched on this one. All of your gas versions have the alloy wheels, and only the LD hybrid does not have a alloy wheel. They have this steel hubcap wheel there. So I've already touched on that. So the last thing I want to mention, and I don't have one that is down here that I could see. Maybe I have one on my second level, but is that in the Camry XSE. So whether it's V6, whether it is the V6 or the 4-cylinder model, in the XSE, you can actually get cockpit red interior inside of them. So I don't see one out here that's got it, at least not readily available. So, but you can definitely get the XSE Camry with that cockpit red interior. So, like I said, just touching on some things with you guys, showing you some things on the Camrys, trying to give you some information on the previous generation, new generation. I'll note too, by the way, that your 2021, it actually brought the radio up. The radio was further down in the dash, but you've got a more of a floating radio, which most cars are going to now. In the 2021, you've got that brought up. So definitely it's different. This one's also got your panoramic sunroof, by the way. This one's the white with the black roof. Your also your XSE black fin back here. So anyway, just definitely wanted to let you guys have a quick look at the Camry, continuing with my 25 things series. So I've got 25 things that you might not have known about the Camry. If there's anything I forgot, anything that you think I should have put in as one of the great things about the Camry, definitely put that in the comments. Like, subscribe. If you guys are looking to buy a car, love to help you out. I can be your salesperson. Love to do that. Please reach out to me here at the dealership. I'm more than happy to help you guys. Love getting your calls. So appreciate every one of you guys. Steve Welch, Viva Toyota in Nashville. Hope you guys have a great day. And definitely we will look forward to talking to you guys soon. Steve Welch, Viva Toyota.